request, what if Naruto was overpowered slash a god? Now I'm going to use both to make both these videos at the same time, since there'd be really no difference. So, he's born and, well, he's actually got godly parents. Them being the god of chakra and the god of fighting. Now, that would be one that looked like Kushina in a sense, and one that looked like Minato in a sense. Now, Naruto is born with both of these powers. He's completely on the top of his game. He will still look like he does in canon, though. Now, they wanted to give their son a good life, and a god didn't really have one, so they gave him to Kushina and Minato, two of the most promising they've ever seen, ones that they themselves gifted great powers. Then saying, here, you get our son, as Naruto was born the same way he was in canon, but this time with an odd ability. He was born in Six Path in Sage mode, with nature energy flowing through his body. Every single chakra nature is infinite in him. He has no reason to care. Now, his physical abilities could easily put him on top of being able to fight Might Guy at bare minimum. Though he doesn't have the power of the god of strength or the god of jutsu, he does have the ability to learn every jutsu and the ability to, do all those things. And one day he's doing his thing, on the same day as in canon, when he still gets not tricked into using the scroll, but he actually doesn't really care. He says, sure, whatever, kind of seeing through the guy's plan, saying, we'll see what happens. As whenever it happened, Iruka still jumped in the way, tanking an attack. Naruto gritting his teeth, saying, die. As like a million shadow clones, not even like saying a low balling number, like there was actually 1,000, like a million of them. And they were all beating the living crap out of the sensei, who then was taken into arrest, sheerly off the fact that all the other senseis were seeing that there was only 5 clones left that were just beating the crap out of him. As they would each disappear after using all the chakra they had, using different jutsus, he was able to learn the God jutsu, flying thunder god, and he was also able to learn a few other ones, such as Shadow Clone. He has one that he learned called Rasengan, though he only knows the first 2 forms of it, and those would be, barely being able to form one, which was just air, which is just an air circle, and just random chocolate circled in a ball. They both somewhat look like the Rasengan, but not quite the Rasengan. They have to be added and combined to each other to make the actual Rasengan. Now back to what if. Naruto would go about, basically the ninja thing would go the same way. He still joined Sakura and Sasuke, and this is when he does something no one was expecting. He said, Sasuke, as OP as he is, saying, listen here, I want to train with you so we can both get strong enough to where we can actually be stronger than Kakashi. As Kakashi Hatake is one of the most well-known village, ninja. Or, and in his respective jutsu ability, or Might Guy. Hearing this saying, in taijutsu, this being actually kind of impressive, saying, you really want us to get that powerful? Yes. Alright, we'll do it. Bet. That is a fist bump. And this is when that same dude would bump his head into Naruto's butt, making them kiss. Even though he's OP and a god, this still would wind up happening, and all the girls would be pissed at him, and he just said, stop. Slapping the ground, having everyone freeze in place, saying, that's not going to happen. As a god, he had basically infinite strength, speed, and agility as all basic abilities. Even with some ability of using supernatural effects, as Smite was a simple thing he had to do, was just put his power into a hit. Now, he doesn't think he'll have to use that, but here's all that's going to happen for this series. What happens is, whenever he's doing the whole cat catching thing, he basically freezes the cat in space and takes it, saying, here you go. Every single time. For whenever they have smaller missions, they'll just keep doing that one, and then whenever they wind up going on the bridge building one, because Naruto would still request to do one good, this would be the same one, accompanying him just like normal. But when those two appeared, Naruto just stopped them in their tracks and tore their throats out with this mighty smite, as he walked away, saying they weren't a big deal. And then, whenever Zabuza's sword came up, he took his sword and used it like a paperweight and said, "It's mine now." Zabuza's still trying to do his best to get it back, and actually, when Haku came in and stabbed the needles into Naruto's neck, he said, "Yeah, he's not dead," and actually punched him in the throat. This barely waking up him and saying, "Alright, I told you he's not dead." Not killing him, saying, "Y'all get off with a warning this time," as he threw the sword back. He still has to deal with those two is when he sleeps in, which really wasn't him sleeping in, it was just him waiting for something. He wanted to get there a little bit after everybody so it'd make it easier for everything to happen. Same thing would go down, he'd still get named the Naruto Bridge, although Naruto would easily overwhelm Haku. And Zabuza, he would still give the same thing, even offering a handful of smites to everyone that was attacking Zabuza. Zabuza still would wind up dying, but not doing anything else. Naruto would take the sword and put it on his back, saying, "We'll bury you good," as he stabbed a few in the ground to mark where Haku was buried, and next to that being the giant sword, where Zabuza is buried. Seeing this, everyone was a little bit impressed, saying, "Wow." As Naruto would go back to the village, things would go as canon until the tuning exams. Now, the exams would go as a piece of pie, like he's literally a god, and overpowered to the all hell. He literally would just have he would throw a single tracking seal on everybody, where it'll literally tell him where they are. It'll also allow him to teleport to them at any given point, which he winds up just teleporting to one group, which he wasn't sure which got which scroll, so he just teleported to each one of them, grabbed their scroll, and vanished, and then teleporting back with their scroll again if it wasn't the one he wanted. Just randomly taking one group's heaven scroll, which was actually Orochimaru's. They used to wind up getting to Sasuke whenever Naruto's gone, and put a curse mark on him on his neck. Naruto saying, "Well, well, well." Orochimaru being surprised as Naruto allowed the Nine-Tails chakra to flow, overwhelming everyone. This being quite easy, and he didn't even have to fully go into Nine-Tails as they walked away, with Orochimaru caught. Basically, the teams are the exact same against everyone, but in this version, Naruto said, "Hey, yo, One-Tails." Hearing this, Gaara would say, "What do you want?" He said, "Yo, what's good? I am the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki. As I know, both of our tailed beasts hate each other, right?" "Yeah? Well, let's not hate each other." "Alright. Well, let's get back to this thing." As Naruto would go around, basically everything would go as canon, and the Sasuke retrieval arc is just Naruto bolting forward, which he actually put a single seal on Sasuke's back as just a just-in-case measure. This allowed him to teleport right to Sasuke and be like, "Nah, come here," and just vanish again. Then we're starting to be like, why does he keep doing this? Just for the hell of it, honestly. As every time he just keeps doing this, surprising everyone. Now, he would also surprise everyone with a simple tactic called random. As he had to still train with Jiraiya and all that when it's canon. Although, whenever he wanted to get Sage Mode with Jiraiya, he actually showed him that he already had every Sage Mode. Surprising Jiraiya, and they were all mastered, saying, "Wow, I'm impressed, kid. I know," and this is when Naruto said, "I know I'm the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Let me work on training that one too." As having to train the Jinchuriki made it difficult as well. But he didn't really care, as it was easy to him. Now, then we have to go through the, Naruto Shippuden, which, I'm gonna be honest, I only know about the war. So when Madara happened, he straight just got in the mouth. Naruto saying, "Gotcha." With all the chakras as anyone could ever pray for, and all the physical taijutsu that anyone could ever wish was possible. Hitting Madara with each one, Madara still having the night, still trying to get the, 10 tails, and that actually happened. But instead of it working out in his favor, he still got ripped to freaking apart, with one of his arms completely missing. As Naruto talked to his, not godly parents, which I'm going to say his godly parents did know Kushina in them a little bit, and actually told them here, even though knowing they'd die really soon afterwards. This made it where Naruto would basically say, "Alright, so y'all are all for my parents?" "Yes." I said, "Well, I'll talk to y'all whenever I feel like dying." Makes sense. But then they give him a communication circle, which would teleport him to, to heaven with the gods. You can go there anytime, but you'll be in your godly form. what's my godly form look like? As he said, go as powerful as you know how to. Alright? Alright, now put all the chakra right into your skin, right on your skin. As he did it, noting it looked ethereal, saying, that's your godly form. Wow. Boruto would happen, Momoshiki would just get slapped out of the way, it would have no real effect. That's end.